That's tomorrow. And that is it for us today. Okay, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that.
No, there it is. We are going to do Sting, yeah.
Okay, but now I can't read it. There's no words on it.
Okay. Ready? Sure.
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean? To play us out.
Sting is going to do. It's a video. Sting video.
What is
for credits?
I don't know what that means. To play us out. What does that mean? To end the show?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it.
Okay. In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a. I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live. Right. Fucking thing sucks.
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Tell me things, internet. The Earth is flat. It's like school in your hand.
Okay, dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe the dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there.
There was one?
There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard.
Ding, ding, ding. Good morning. Ding, ding, ding. Ba, 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 bow, bow, ba, 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 bow. Good morning. Ba, bow, bow, ba, 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 bow. Good morning. Ba, bow, bow, ba, 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 bow. Beautiful day. Ba, 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 bow. It's a beautiful day. Ding, ding, ding.
You know, it started off real nice, given the fact I didn't fall asleep till 10 o'clock last night. Anticipating I was going to have to drag my tired ass up out of bed this morning. I was all set to do the show anyway. Didn't care. But nope. I was awake about 2 minutes before my alarm went off. Popped right out of bed. Well, I mean, I had to pee like a racehorse, but popped right out of bed. Everything's good. I got in here to the studio to start setting stuff up, and I don't know. Everything was off. Like, everything was off. Been having to try to not rebuild it, but reset everything so that it, like, works. And still not all of it works. Oh, well. F it. We'll do it live. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, fellas? How doth go it?
Oh, pouring some coffee on the brain, trying to wake up.
Same.
Definitely doing that. Trying to get to the channel because my fucking computer's slow and weird this morning too. Looks like the cats were probably on it last night while I was sleeping because there was all kind of weird tabs open that I didn't open.
Were any of them porn, Walter?
Cat porn, that's what it all is. That's why I know. That's why I know. What is that?
I'm scared to get old now.
Okay, you gotta clarify that one.
Okay, I'm working with this young man yesterday. Not even 21, 20 years old. Smart, articulate, sharp, speaking. He couldn't spell ahead.
Yeah, I saw that.
Could he spell two of them?
Chat.
Sorry.
Like had a brain fart and he pulled out his phone. I was like, what is going on?
Well, I saw Nuka say, yeah, the texting, he answered you in the chat saying texting has ruined this generation. And I do concur on that one. Definitely that has happened. However, when my son was in school and he began to bring home these lists of words to memorize and write down a few times and then going about his day, not even definitions, just here's some words, memorize them. And I'm like, what are we doing here? These are my spelling words. I'm like, okay. I'll start calling them out to him. But then just like, like my mom would do with me, I would throw a word in there that wasn't on the list because, that's part of spelling. And he'd always go like, that's not on the list. I'm like, yeah, well, spell it. Because it'd be like 3 or 4 words on there similar to it,
Mm-hmm.
And I quickly realized that they were not teaching children phonics any longer. And I get, English is hard, difficult language. It's really fucked up. There's people who have decided phonics isn't the way to go for some fucking reason, but when you're trying to dumb down a culture, yeah, that'd be a real good way to do it. Because when I was growing up, if I came across a word I didn't know, I would figure it out. And if I couldn't figure it out by using phonics, then I had a big old dictionary sitting in my bed. Play the song.
Man, it's been going so good.
Count as a song.
Reveille, it might have just been Bill. Maybe Bill O'Reilly. Looks like
You think
we're back
that was
up.
the one?
Looks like, well,
That was the one.
I've not played Bill since we tried this bullshit, and apparently that was the one that did it. But we've got a signal now.
They'll show us about fucking
it's
doing
that.
it live.
We'll see. It says they're telling me we're still buffering, but
No, Sherry just put it back now.
oh, good.
No, they're saying
All right.
back.
Fuck if I know.
Yeah.
Happy Monday.
No, happy Friday.
Sure. Happy Thursday.
Okay. Happy
Right in the middle
one of the
a
day.
great Walter rant.
I know, right? I was going too, boy. Ooh, early before coffee even hit. Shit. Wonder if I can get that fired up again.
And the look on his
There it goes. We're just going to do this all fucking morning long.
No.
Just freezes. Just freezes.
fuck you, Bill
So,
O'Reilly.
Is it
Maybe it's time for your updates. I had to update my
I was just about to say, is it an update thing? Possibly on
I mean,
any of
maybe.
it? It could be
I haven't gone
computer
through every fucking program on my computer to see which one may or may not need updating because that's the only way for me to do it. Like, I don't know. Does it needs update? Maybe. Maybe. I might have something down in there needs updated. How the fuck should I know? It's not like my computer says, hey, this software is out of date. Please update this. Nope. We just stopped working.
Huh.
So, yeah.
My computer does say, hey, you need to update this. So I'm really not.
Really?
Mine's too.
Like, I get Windows. Windows says, hey, you've got an update. And then maybe
get
you might, hey,
that.
there's a couple other
Or
updates you might want to
when I
get. Here's some
start-
drivers. But you get actual, you get notifications of programs when they're out of date and
Well, I don't do OBS, so I can't say whether OBS.
Well, no,
does,
but you get
like
other stuff?
VLC, yeah, VLC pops up when it's needing, like when I turn it on and it needs an update, it pops up and says update first or whatever.
That's cool. I had to try that.
Or
Like, I got VLC and maybe it does it too, but I don't open it.
yeah, but OBS, I was going to say I don't ever open OBS unless you're not going to make it at all or your computer completely goes down or whatever, and that's, I don't know if it does that. It may not do that. So
All rolling. It is rolling on the YouTube still.
there you go. Seems like something else tells me that every time I need to. Oh, the freaking game thing, whatever you call it, the launchers, like Steam and Epic. Anytime I turn those on, they always fuss at me when they need updating. Seems like something else does.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if I open the program, it'll say, yes, this is an outdated version, and it'll have.
Right, but OBS apparently doesn't have that.
But, like, if there's stuff
and I bet
that's.
Teams does not either. I
Yeah.
bet it doesn't.
I mean, if there's stuff that's out of date, I don't know it until I open it up and
Let me
it
see
doesn't
about
work.
Teams. Let me see how it does. Hang on. Because
Teams does give you an update.
Does it do it? What
Does
does it
tell
tell you?
It tells you, yeah.
If
Needs
you
an
right click it over here, does it tell you? You know how sometimes when you right click over there in the little toolbox, it'll tell you the update needed.
No, well, you have to close it, and then when you open it again,
And then
it'll say
reopen it.
update.
I guess it's mine's automatic. I don't think I've ever actually had to do that on Teams yet. I used to have to do it on Skype all the time and Zoom. I remember doing it. Anyway, if we're here, that's good. We did it. You did it, Josh, not us. You did it. Your computer did it.
All I did was not smash it with a fucking hammer, which was really hard, let me tell you.
You know, that is the Jonathan from Jersey methodology, I'm pretty sure.
You know, I still call him and leave a message on his voicemail every once in a while. I'm going to have to reach out to his boy, I guess, and hit him up on the Facebook and make sure he sends a message over to his dad.
Do that. Because I had hit him up a few times back in the day when he first disappeared on text a couple times, and a few times I got answered. Then I stopped getting the answer. So I just figured he was, doing a Jonathan. I've lost me place. I was saying hello to the lovely chat. I think I got as far as Filster Deluxe, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to go with it like I did that much. If I missed you, just fuss at me in the chat.
So yeah, we spent half the day explaining to this young man how it's not his fault that this education system in this country has failed him and millions of other young adults and children right now. It is currently failing all these people. Not saying that nobody's learning to read and stuff like that, but those are usually the one where the parents are hooked on phonics with the child and doing flashcards, multiplication tables. Just because the school says, well, we don't teach like that, doesn't mean you can't teach your child like that.
Right.
Zach, you said he's intelligent though, so it's not all lost. He just doesn't know how to spell.
No, that's why I'm telling him it's not. You're not dumb, dude. I speak with people all the time. You're not dumb. You're intelligent. You're articulate. You know, he holds information, stuff like that. It's just you were never taught how to do these things. You were given this little tablet at 6 years old that corrected everything for you, so your brain didn't even have to think about it. It's not his fault. Ahead, flag, simple words. We're not talking onomatopoeia or something like that. Simple, basic, plain words. Now, when I saw that girl on that video, she was at a corporate job sitting behind a desk saying that she could not spell. Now, he can read, anything that he sees. When he sees it, he knows that's the word ahead. But without seeing it, he can't just spell it. I don't know what they're... And I was... Oh, man, this other kid, I think it was Monday, telling us how he's bi and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And
So he's a double adapter.
not this kid. The other young guy I worked with, maybe it was last week. So we were like an hour or two in. I was like, hey, man, tapped him on the shoulder. I was like, I'm trying real hard, okay? But if you hear me say fag or gay or queer or something like that, I just want you to know it does not mean anything about sexual orientation, all right? Queer was the guy with the ball when I was growing up. That's what, this is just
and
part
you
of my
smeared
vocabulary.
him.
Yeah. Yes, you smeared the queer. That's what you did. He was the guy with the ball. Kill the carrier. We had all kinds of names for it. But yeah, and he got it. He's like, no, man, don't worry about it. Don't care. No big deal. Say whatever you want. You're not going to hurt my feelings. Yeah, good kid. Real good kid. But he just had this look of shame on his face when he was put in that predicament right in front of two older people like that. We both saw it. That's why we went on to explain it. It's not your fault. We can tell you're smart. This is the educational system of this country in full swing. And yeah, it made me realize, shit, I'm kind of scared to get old and helpless now. Who's going to help me when I'm old and helpless?
What's that they say? Once a man, twice a child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a big wake-up call yesterday. It's not just, ignorant people or people with learning disabilities and things like that can't read. It's smart, articulate young people that they can read, they just can't spell. And cursive, he had no idea what cursive was.
None whatsoever?
I mean, he had seen it before, but he couldn't read it. He definitely couldn't write it.
I can't read cursive either.
Yeah, like our Constitution is written in cursive.
I mean, if I look at it long enough, I can figure out what it's saying, but it's not automatic like normal letters.
Yeah, it's definitely different, and there's some that don't look like the letters, like the regular letters. Cursive does change a couple of them up quite a bit. Those are really the main ones you have to learn. After that, yeah, it's not all that different. But yeah, this should be taught to us at young ages when our brains are just sponges and absorb everything.
Well, they stopped teaching it in schools when I was in grade 2, so second grade.
Yeah, before you would even started learning it then, probably.
Do they even make the notebooks that have like the solid big line with the little dotted line in the middle to learn like how to do cursive and how to do uppercase and lowercase and all that? Do they even make those for children anymore?
Not anymore.
Jesus.
My mom used to buy those extra for me.
Yeah, I had them at home. Dude, I had a ton of them at my house. Yeah. Oh, this world.
But what's the importance of learning cursive anyway? Everything is not in cursive.
Well, that's how we sign our name. That's how you put your mark.
Yeah. And there are, historical documents that have some importance that are written in it. There's one or two out there.
Yeah, like all of our historical documents.
Like most of them.
So who's to say that, in a couple generations when people forget what cursive was, they just change the Constitution.
Absolutely.
We'll just change it. People come up, they can't read it. They can't read the original. But we can just say it says whatever we want it to say now.
They don't need to change the Constitution. They're already doing what they want.
True that.
Yeah, it's an ever-going battle. They're going to try to overstep their bounds. We're going to try to call them out on it and get it pushed back. They're going to overstep their bounds.
Are you succeeding in that, though? Doesn't seem like it.
Oh, yeah. We would have no guns here if the government had their way. They would have taken our guns a long time ago. There's a few things that would definitely have changed a long time ago if the government got to do whatever they wanted to do. It's kind of like they always get their task completed, it seems, but it's definitely not moving along as quickly as they had imagined. Especially when you look at all their older movies. Like Soylent Green was supposed to take place in 2015 or something like that. The world was dying and all the major cities were overcrowded and there was just people living on top of people everywhere in the streets, just stacked up, sitting on stairwells. 10 people sitting on a stairwell, and that's where they lived. I mean, I don't know. I guess we're not too far from Soylent Green in some ways. But yeah,
I don't get McDonald's anymore.
Huh? Yeah, exactly.
I don't eat McDonald's, right?
Because it's expensive as well, and the food tastes like cardboard.
It's people. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I didn't say that. We don't need to be sued by McDonald's. I've been hearing people say that, though. People have been telling me that. People I work with. Because I always tell them, like, where do you want to go eat today? Anywhere but McDonald's. Yeah, man, that's people. The meat is people. It's like, dude, shut up. If McDonald's is doing it, then they're probably all doing it. Come on.
How much is it there for a Big Mac meal?
$47, I think. I don't know.
You see these young kids now that are getting fast food delivered
Oh, yeah.
and making payments on it?
Oh, yeah.
4 payments of $10 a piece. Their fast food ended up being $40 because of the way that they did it. Paying it off in installments. Fucking fast food.
People
Go to
pay
the grocery
for
store.
fast food in installments now?
That's what they're doing. 4 payments of $10 a piece to have the fast food delivered to their door. It's not like they're getting a whole lot of food. The price goes way up when you do this, I guess.
People don't want to live within their means. Just eat a bologna sandwich. You'll be full.
Yeah.
Fry that bologna up and it'll be home. So much better than any McDonald's crap.
That's for poor people. We got to pretend that we're not poor people. Only poor people
We're all
eat bologna
poor
sandwiches. We can take out installments and have a ham sandwich.
Yeah, I just looked up the prices of the Big Mac meal. In my country, it's 64 Rand, which means it's $3.64. That sound about right?
For what?
For a Big Mac with chips or fries, you guys say.
It's about the
and
cost of a
drink,
soda.
Coke.
We could
Yeah, no joke.
for less than $4, you can buy the soda out of that value meal.
Yeah.
The whole thing costs you about $12.
Yep.
There, it costs $12 there
Yeah.
Yeah.
for a shitty tasting burger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck that.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then you want to go large and supersize or all that or whatever, it's $15.
And God forbid you're out on a date. Now
Yeah,
you got to fucking take installments out.
$40 for 2 of you.
For McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I said our food. I said it's expensive here. I didn't know it was that bad
Yeah.
that side.
Yeah. And getting worse every day.
To the point that the McDonald's
pulled
CEO
into-
or the old McDonald's CEO had made a point. Like they're going to have to start dropping prices because he kind of realized that, oh shit, I just let the cat out of the bag, said the quiet part out loud, and told everybody that we're just way too expensive for a fast food restaurant. So now I guess they're dropping their prices on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they're going to have to because the restaurants around here, you can go and sit down and have a meal. And I don't know if the fast food's changed around you guys, but it's not very fast anymore.
Yeah, no.
You order and then you sit there for like 5-8 minutes, something like that.
Well,
waiting
that's
for your
because
food.
when the order pops up in the back on that little screen, it takes them 10 minutes to read it.
Oh, I watched this video last night, dude. It was like 2 minutes before closing, right? And the guy comes into a fast food place. I'm not even sure what it was, burger or something. And he's like, is it okay? Is it too late to order? And the girl's like, no, don't worry about it. Go ahead. He's like, all right, I need 6 cheeseburgers and 4 regular burgers. And she talks into the mic, 6 cheeseburgers, 4 regular burgers. And you just hear shit being thrown in the back. And this dude just screaming his head off. No! You hear pots and pans flying all over.
I just cleaned the flat top.
Oh, he wasn't done. And then I need 6 fries, and then 4 vanilla shakes, and 4 chocolate shakes. Oh, dude just was screaming the whole time. Shit flying around the place the whole time. It was hilarious, dude.
Yeah, trying to
It
get
could have just been a video too.
been trying to get caught up on The Bear, which is a TV show about drama centered around a commercial kitchen or a chef, somebody working in trying to open up a restaurant. I realize just sort of how triggering that shit is. A busy kitchen just makes me want to curl up in a fetal position. Nope, I could absolutely appreciate that. That has been me more than one occasion, raging out at some silly cocksucker that wants to come in 2 minutes after closing. Is it okay if I order some food?
Everything's all cleaned down, ready to walk out the door.
Yep, I'm just sitting there on my ass, smile on my face, ready to go. Like, all right, we'll just wait for the shift to end and I'm gone. And then he shows up.
No. Fire up the grill, fire up the fryer, clean the shake machine again. Because if you guys don't know, it's not just you turn it off and walk away. Like, there's things you got to take apart, run through the washer again, and this and that, blah, 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 blah. I mean, food service, running a kitchen is not easy. It's a serious job. You're dealing with people's health when you're running your kitchen. That shit needs to sparkle and be clean, and all the stainless steel needs to be shiny, and you want to see your face in it and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And I just feel so bad for all these managers at these places having to deal with all these children under the age of 18 even. Trying to get them to do shit like that. My mom did it for about 2 weeks. She was working at a McDonald's just to have something to do. And in like a month, she was manager. But it didn't even last a month. It was like 2 weeks, and she was like, fuck these kids. She's like, no way. I don't know how they do this. I don't know how anything gets done. I don't know how this business operates this way. But no, I'm done. She went and ran a truck stop kitchen for a while. After that, and then got into childcare again, daycare, and did that till she retired. I worked in one kitchen, and that was in a hospital, though. We kind of knew what to expect. We didn't have like huge rushes and stuff like that. We had the cafeteria down there, the hospital cafeteria, but we made the same amount of food every day, no matter what. We threw away so much food at that place. Like 55-gallon, those bags that are 55 gallons, we'd fill 3 of those a day. 150 gallons of straight food. That's not paper, that's not plastic, that's not this or that. Straight food. Every single day. I don't want to hear there's not enough food here. We can't have more people. We throw away enough food in this country alone to feed the rest of the world every day.
Well, I'm kind of like Sherry in chat who has a new password. There's a handful of restaurants that we repeatedly go to in Lafayette when we go out to eat. I mean, we'll try something new if it's new. But once it's been there a few months and had time for the laziness of most young workers these days to set in, it turns into a do I risk the salmonella? Because I don't know if you've ever seen a show called Kitchen Nightmares by Chef Ramsay there, but I can't even watch. I can't watch that show, and I enjoy some of his
love that
program.
show. I absolutely adore that show.
Well, Well, we watched it early on when it first started happening, and like for about 6 months, I didn't even want to go out to eat anymore.
No, I give every business a few months before I try them. If they start something new, I'm going to give them. The health inspector's going to come and see them a couple times before I go and see them to see if they're actually doing what they're supposed to be doing. Because yeah, dude, that show scared the shit out of me.
Emphasis on shit out of you.
Yeah. Well, these people, they don't get it. You know, they've been working in financing their whole lives, and their dream, their whole life was to be a chef. You know, never did any training, never learned about running a kitchen. And they just think, I'll just leave the food sitting out here. It'll be fine. We'll just cover it with this or that or blah. You know, they don't get it. Like, there's a big, giant fucking book on how to do everything in the kitchen the right way. And you have to do it the right way. Unless you want to kill people.
Right. I remember our 3 different sinks of solutions in the back of the Pizza Hut I worked at. Yeah, we had one that was a certain chemical that did certain shit. You dipped the next one and washed it in that one. And then the third one was your rinse that had whatever in it. Yep.
Good morning, gentlemen.
And we also made sure, hey, Andrew, we also made sure we really rinsed off all of the silverware really well before it went through the the washer. Because, you know, while water spraying on the utensils is all great and everything, it doesn't get shit out between fork tines most of the time. And there is nothing I hate worse than unwrapping a nice linen wrapped set of silverware to find a fork that looks like it was used in a frickin' murder, or a frickin' knife with a, you know, still has jelly on it or whatever. It's like, good Lord, do people not understand what is happening with these? I'll stop. How you doing, Andrew?
I am doing very well, but I have a lot of experience in regards to this exact type of situation because I was in the Navy and where I had to do FSA duty, food service attendant, and everyone has to do that once per command. And I was in 2 separate commands, so I had to do it twice. But I got lucky, and I had to go into the chief's mess. So there's, 1/10 the amount of people that were coming through the chow line at that point. And there was only 3 of us. But yeah, they had to actually, they forced us to wipe down everything. It had to be spotless, like a brand new restaurant, every single meal. And they didn't fuck around. And something that's where I learned how to cook, by the way. Aside from my mom, I mean, she taught me a little bit about baking and shit. But yesterday, I went to my favorite taqueria, got a burrito, and it's like twice as good as Chipotle. And then I came home, and after I ate about half of it, I'm pretty sure I got food poisoning from something. Meaning they weren't keeping either the food clean, the grill clean, the knives, or whatever else. It's a serious issue which can kill people. And that's why I had to take today off of work. I mean, I couldn't even hold down any liquids. I was just like, as soon as I drank some water, boom, no more water. And I called in sick to work today, but I'm feeling better now. But when it comes to the process of cooking in a large environment, such as a commercial kitchen or just a standard restaurant, then yeah, it's a whole different process that a lot of people are not really aware of when you have to cook for hundreds and hundreds of people per day, and sometimes thousands of people. When it comes to this, everyone knows of Gordon Ramsay. He's that asshole, loudmouth motherfucker.
Yes.
By the way, it's just a show.
It's raw.
Yeah, well, that's a show. He's not like that in real life. But he's like that in the kitchen. And the person that trained him was Marco Pierre White. And Marco Pierre White was actually like that. He's like, oh yeah, we would throw food at each other, like whole frozen turkeys and shit. Like, oh yeah, you undercook some shit. Yeah, they're just like throwing pots and pans across the fucking room. Like, I don't get how that works. Like, I've never heard of a single job environment where people are just openly assaulting each other. But it's like, all right, that's what it is. And I got a buddy who is a chef, and he used to work at some restaurant. Now he works at Stanford as a sous chef. It's like a second in line from the chefs. And he's like, "Oh yeah, even there, like yeah, the people are still yelling at each other." Like, but I never saw that when I was in the Navy. Rant over.
All right, so it's not just food now. Dozens of skin hair products recalled over potentially life-threatening bacteria. Dermarite, 30 products. They say that exposure to the bacteria could result in serious or life-threatening infections. Even healthy individuals with a minor skin lesion. The use of their products may result in local infections, whereas immunocompromised individuals, it could spread into the bloodstream, potentially leading to life-threatening sepsis. Great. This is 3-in-1, 4-in-1, clean and free, Derma Sarin, Derma Daily, Derma Fungal, Derma Cleanse, Derma Med, Derma Rain, Derma Sin.
So now here's the common thread through all those things you're naming off. There's some of that shit that's supposed to get your hands super clean when you're walking around, either at a hospital or like, idiots at grocery stores that walk out of their way to go get a big goosh of death in their hand and spread it all over, and their kids for sure have learned that fucking idiot fuck move. So yeah, sorry, I'm ranting because I hate that shit with a fucking passion. Your kids should be outside wallowing around in the dirt, learning how to make their bodies function, not killing all the surface bacteria they need.
So then we got Gelrite, Handy Foam, Lantiseptic, Lubrisilk, Parafresh, Paragard, Renew Hair and Body Wash, Renew something, Renew Full Body Wash, Renew, Sani Foam, Total Bath, Total Foam, Ultra Sure, and Whirl Bath. If you have any of these, Clean Foam, Dermacera, Dermaclean, Paragene, any of this shit, throw it away now. That's scary. Skin products that are giving you like sepsis causing bacteria. Sepsis is not good. Sepsis is bad. Okay.
Is that Dermaclean with a K? It seems like in my brain I'm seeing that.
I think it was with the K.
Yeah, that's definitely hospital shit that you would get like in a kit as you're going, checked in. We've been taking my mother-in-law to the hospital quite often lately.
Yeah, it's Derma, and then there's Dema as well, Dema, with stuff after it.
Sounds like some Chinese stuff right there.
Oh, man.
Like, we can't make the real stuff, so we're going to call it Dermaclean, but we're going to spell it with a K.
Mm-hmm.
We get your skin clean with a K.
Baby.
We get your Dema all clean. Clean the Dema. Which is almost like Derma, human skin. This is a little different. It's just Dema. Get your Dema nice and clean with a K.
I did have to look it up right now. I didn't know what sepsis was. I've heard about it a lot. So sepsis is a serious condition in which the body responds improperly to an infection. The infection-fighting processes turn on the body, causing the organs to work poorly. Sepsis may progress to septic shock. This is a dramatic drop in blood pressure that can damage the lungs, kidneys, liver, and other organs. When the damage is severe, it can lead to death. That's fucked up.
It's something I have to be aware of and be cautious of with my MG compromising my immunosystem, that I can easily get sepsis now, I have been told. Damn, I didn't mean to kill the show. Sorry.
No, I was
No,
reading
it's all good.
something. They're going after Trump's going into Chicago. Even though the mayor and the governor are like, no, we don't need you, stay out. Chicago's fine. Nah, they're going.
Gangs already declared war. They already said, hey,
gangs are declaring war on the military. Dude, I saw some gangbangers making videos like, are these guys for real? Like, I'm all about the streets and, you know, doing this and that and blah, 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 standing on business. But this is the U.S. military. They don't say, put your hands up, freeze. You point a gun at them, they shoot you. Like, with multiple bullets, multiple people. Like, they're not here to, you know, arrest you so much. Like, you pull out a gun, it's going to end very badly for you. You try to go up against the military. I'm just saying, it's not a good idea. They're not trained the same way as the police at all. There's rules of engagement. And once you start engaging with them, they're allowed to engage back with you. And you're not going to like the response you get. You're not.
Yes, rules of engagement typically for the military are to do nothing until you have a certain amount of force against you. It's very similar to the police, but the federal government has a little more of an overreach on that one. And I know that because I was in the military and I was in a combat role 3 times. But yeah, what's going on in DC right now? No, it's just a presentation of force. If they go into Chicago, it's going to be the same thing. But unfortunately, that same thing happened, what was it, in the late 60s, early 70s? Oh, no, it was Detroit, I think, where they brought in the National Guard. And like every single police officer, and there was like several people that were killed, hundreds and hundreds arrested.
Yeah, Chicago needs it bad. And it's not so much the adult criminals, you know, the lifelong criminals that do crime there. It's these children that are teenagers still in large mobs and gangs and stuff like that are doing these flash raids and this and that and just going up and punching Granny in the face. Not even taking Granny's purse. Like that was the thing back in the day, right? If you're going to assault an elderly person, you did it for a reason. You're not saying that it's okay, but there was at least a reason behind it. Now they just come up and hit Granny upside the head and walk away. It's a different type of criminal that they're having to deal with in Chicago. It's child criminals. Like the Island of Lost Boys. These aren't career criminals, you know. These aren't people who know how to stay under the radar and this and that and blah. They're just in the fact that the mayor is anti-police and this and that and yada yada. And you can, in the whole state of Illinois, the laws there are so messed up. Attempted murder, and you don't get a bail. You just get released. For attempted murder, kidnapping, you get released without bail. Like, what did they expect to happen? If this isn't done on purpose, then please explain to me the logic behind these people's thinking. Because there is zero. And this is what we get.
Well, in the form of a little bit of brevity in this, I think I understand some aspect of why they're doing it, but I would go back to George Carlin and say, you pick a state, something square, like Colorado or something, move everyone out, and then you fence it off, like 45-foot walls, and then in one section you put all the violent offenders, you give them chainsaws, machine guns, and whatever else they want. The other one, you take all the alcoholics, give them all the booze they want. The other one, you put all the sex offenders, give them all the pornography and blow-up dolls, blah, blah, blah. Then the other one, you give all of the hardcore drug offenders, you put them into the other quadrant. And just give them everything they want. And like once a month, you just airdrop shit in there, but you put cameras on there. And back when George Carlin was doing that pay-per-view, subscription-based type of thing, and just watch them. But once per month, there'd be a wall. It's only 10 inches wide, and it would go from one quadrant to the other, and just let them fucking do it and see what happens. But I know it's a comedic aspect of understanding it, but the people that are causing the majority of the problems in the world, or at least in the country, actually let's say the world, is a very small percentage.
Mm-hmm.
Or they're continuously doing it though. And we're not dealing with
Chicago, they don't even get slapped on the wrist for it. So they just do it again and again and again.
One of the things I think that could be the reason is that if there was no criminals anymore, the police force would be cut in half. The judicial system would also be cut in half. Like, what's going on? Oh, jobs that shouldn't really necessarily need that many people to begin with are getting cut in half. You're like, well, what if there was no house fires anymore? Or fires at all? Firefighters, their jobs would be cut in half. But one of the ways that I've heard of this that's happened over here, there was a couple firefighters that got criminally charged for it. They were setting certain properties on fire. There was nobody in them. Over here in the Alameda, county of Alameda, California. They were setting these things on fire, and then all of a sudden, 911. And then they were there real quick to put it out. They were basically giving themselves a job to do.
Well, it doesn't help that the news covering this stuff, there's a building burning in the background in Chicago, right? And CNN says, mostly peaceful protests going on here. With a building burning right behind you, you're calling it a mostly peaceful protest.
Will then tomorrow represent the anniversary of the BBC announcing the collapse of Building 7 on 9/11, whilst standing directly in front of
Building 7,
a big, large, tall, and intact Building 7. That's right.
Which did later actually go down
because of office fire.
Like it would.
Oh shit! 9/11 is tomorrow. Holy shit!
Truth.
Huh. Paying attention to the day. Huh.
Wow, they're going to be flying a B-17 at the Greenville Aviation Show. I've been inside one of those things. That was my favorite warplane back in the day when I was doing all my models as a child. I loved building the B-17G Flying Fortress. They had the turret on top, a gunner in the back, a gunner on the bottom, gunners out the sides. Like it was a flying fortress. I might go to the air show this weekend.
When 9/11 happened, I was 11 years old. And I remember that day because they canceled all my Pokemon shows on KTV.
Oh shit! Sorry to hear
And
that.
I'm thinking, where's Ash and Pikachu? Oh no, there's America on fire. They had the saying, America under attack, and they just kept reporting the news. Now I was 11, so I didn't really know the veracity of what was going on and how big the whole thing was. I was just upset that my cartoons were not playing.
Oh, you didn't really care that like a whole bunch of people may have died. I'm not saying.
Bro, you could have burned down our community hall. I wouldn't have given a shit. So imagine America.
Wow.
I was 11. I didn't care.
That sounds like very similar to. I've seen some videos when parents say, here's what happens when you take away an iPad from your 10-year-old, and they just go fucking ape shit. Yeah, they don't care about anything else. Like, by the way, the house is on fire. We need to get out. Take the fucking iPad away, and it's like, fucking nuts.
That wasn't that bad. But my dad had a gun in his room, and in my country, it's very hard to get a gun. But he had one, and he had showed it to me. So one day, my friend came over to watch some TV, and I wanted to show him the gun. So I knew where the key was. I went into the safe. I got it out. Now, my dad did not show me that there's a thing called safety, and the safety was on. I didn't know this. So I got the gun. I showed him the gun. I tried to pull the trigger. It wouldn't click. Wouldn't click. You know, and I mean, the gun was facing the guy. It was facing my friend. And it just wouldn't click. I was like, well, anyways, this is the gun. And then I had to put it away. Can you imagine if he had actually shown me how to undo the safety? I would have killed someone.
Yep.
Yeah, that's happened to a lot of people. Unfortunate.
Israel struck again, breaking the ceasefire. I was trying to explain to the young man yesterday that World War III started back in the 50s when we made Israel a state in that part of the world.
Well, that's a good point.
That was the start of World War III right there.
Yeah, but remember, when World War II started in 1949, they weren't calling it World War II. It was just
1939.
What is it? 49?
It was already over. Yeah.
Oh, whoops. Yeah, 39. Yeah, ended in 45. So allegedly, right?
Yeah.
But people they weren't calling it World War. Oh, by the way, Americans, it's 1943. That's when America actually entered the war. Or was it 42?
The war, yeah. Same with World War I. We didn't start till 1917.
Yeah, we're the last ones in it.
1913, 1914, something like that.
But it didn't get labeled as that until after the conflict was ended.
Yeah, yeah. It was the Great War, wasn't it? World War I was considered the Great War.
They're great.
But yeah, I think that's the beginning of at least Albert Pike's Third World War, his version, right? First, we have to go in and break up the German nobility. World War One. I forget how it all goes. But yeah, it was all planned out and plotted and designed. And then World War III wasn't going to be about any certain, it was supposed to be a religious war. The first two were getting rid of these royal families that weren't playing ball with the rest of the royals. And then World War III is supposed to be a holy war between the Christians and the Muslims to bring in a one world religion, which we're already under a one world science, in my opinion.
I have a question for
according
you.
to Albert Pike and his plan for his 3 world wars to bring about the one world order, the last one's supposed to be a holy war. We'll see.
Zack, what do you think about the National Guard going into Chicago?
I love it. That place, they needed that a long time ago. Chicago's been a shithole for over 20 years.
You think they have jurisdiction to go into Chicago?
Well, that's where all the whole legal stuff comes into play.
If you heard the news story, the story on the news that the county sheriff there in Chicago decided to block off all the roads and say, no, ICE, you can't come in here. This is a sanctuary city. We're going to allow all these illegal aliens to live and thrive here in Chicago. No feds allowed.
Then, yeah, I'd say you have a right then.
You think it'd make the news?
Local
You think the
government.
news would actually report on the fact that the county sheriff is the highest law enforcement agent in the entire fucking land at whatever county you're in, and they get to determine whether or not the feds come and go and how they decide to operate within the county? That it's all dependent upon that county sheriff? It'd be real easy to keep the feds out. Just tell the sheriff to keep the feds out. And then the sheriff gets to keep the feds out. That's all it would take.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be set up. Now, whether or not they're going to listen to the sheriff.
How about home run balls? You think people are going to be trying to scramble to pick up home run balls and strip their fellow Americans from their rightly earned home run balls just because they want that home run ball? Like, what are the chances that that lady at that Phillies game is going to do it again? This is the beauty of public shaming and pointing and laughing at people that are stupid. Because it's sometimes very effective teaching mechanism. Public shaming. I just thought it was funny. Because there's a good chance she's not going to be doing that shit again. There's a good chance that there's a whole lot of people not going to be doing that shit after watching that because of the way that she got dragged through the mud and shamed in public.
Mm-hmm.
Just the way it should be. Like stockades. That's the whole point of the stockades. We'll just put your head in here and your arms in here, and we'll let you stand out here in the middle of the town for a few hours. Let everybody see who you really are.
Mm-hmm. Public humiliation does work. It really does. You might say it works better than capital punishment, you know?
Provided you've got enough sense to be shameful.
Yeah. Yeah, there are some people that just don't give a fuck. They'll be sitting there dancing while they're heading the stockade.
Or tearing up a convenience store on their way out the door because they didn't get the large soda pop that they wanted or whatever it is. Just going to rage out, throw a fit, tear shit up. That's that.
You know, like the Amish, they'll just shun you. You just don't exist in their world anymore. It's like you were sent to another dimension. Yeah, you can see us. You can hear us talking and everything, but we don't hear or see you at all. You're just not there. That's evil.
Yeah,
That really is
similar
evil.
to what when they go on their, what do they call it, Rumsclouden or something like that.
Rumspringer.
Rumspringer, there you go. Yeah, I think that means running around for 1 month, and they get to go out into the public.
A lot of them are different. Some of them you go off until you want to come back. And then you make your choice. Are you going to stay or are you going to live amongst the heathens? But at that point, you're making your choice. If you choose to go live with the heathens, you're not allowed to come back. You're an adult now. You're making your first adult decision. Do you want to stay with the community or do you want to go live amongst the heathen? That's your choice after Rumspringer.
Yeah, it's part of the church is their authority. But I saw an interview with an Amish gentleman. He already had several children, but he said his oldest son, when he got to go on that Rumspringer, said he got hooked on drugs. And he's serving like 10 years in prison or something for what he was doing. An Amish kid didn't know what the fuck he was. That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, they're people just like everybody else.
Yeah, but it's not like they weren't going through the same thing. They don't have television or the internet or anything else like that.
No, I get it, but you know, there's still people there when they go out on Rumspringer. Sometimes they can't control all that new freedom that they get. and they overindulge.
There's a documentary, it's free on YouTube. It's a 5-part series, 5 parts, I'm pretty sure, maybe 6 parts. And it's called Living with the Amish, where these kids from the UK, all of them under 18, and they, from very different walks of life, even in the UK, and they have to go and put on Amish clothes, take all their electronics and put them into a bag and put them off to the side. They don't have access to any of that. But they do get interviewed by camera crews. That's the only access to technology that they have. But then after that, what happens is the Amish, these young boys and girls, go to the UK and experience it like a Rumspringa, but a little bit different. Just seeing how the Amish react to people nowadays, it's just like, wow, there's something going wrong with us.
What do you mean the way they react to people nowadays?
Well, someone that's Amish who doesn't have electricity, no television, no radio, the only book they're allowed to read is the Bible. The only songs they're allowed to read are the hymns and the gospels and things like that. But then they go over to the UK where there's cars and like basically no horses in London. And there's heavy metal and rap and just noises everywhere. The food is very, very different. It's a culture shock.
Where's that place where all the heavy metal's playing a lot? Because I don't know that place any longer.
Couldn't tell you.
Exactly. I miss it. I miss cars going by with like Metallica and Megadeth and, you know, chunky guitars instead of vibrating tailplates.
Oh yeah, that kind of stuff is stupid. And I actually approached a student in the parking lot last week, and I said, "Hey, you got to turn your bass down." And he got kind of upset with me. I was like, "There's a whole bunch of houses right up here, and they file police complaints with the school if the noise is too loud. Also, you're fucking up your car. You're causing all your bolts and stuff to come loose. Like, it's terrible for your car. Plus, it's disrespectful. Get a grip." And then he turned it down and he drove off. All right, my rant over. I'm going to bed pretty soon.
What religion do the Amish people, I guess they're Christians, who said they read the Bible? There must be a lot of teenage marriages there.
Yeah, they start early. I've been seeing people talking about that a lot lately too. Out here in the Western world, we have so many older, not old, but older adult females, mid to late 30s, that are just miserable. Because they were told as they were growing up to be a boss chick and get your career first and this and that, and now they want to have a family and, you know, the children and all that, but they're having a lot of trouble because they waited till they were in their mid to late 30s to start trying to have children, and it gets a lot harder. You know, a young 20-year-old has a much easier time making the baby and carrying it and actually delivering the baby than somebody in their mid to late 30s. It's just, and they're miserable. They're all alone. They don't know why guys don't want to be with them. It's sad. They were told this story that, you know, you can be just like a man and have it all, but nobody can have it all. We have to choose. Do you want to be a mother at one point in your life? Do you want to have children? It's usually safest and easiest to do that at a younger age, at least physically.
No, I hear what you're saying, though, there, Zach. But I would actually say that men in that same age range are more miserable. The male loneliness epidemic is really bad.
Well, yeah, because there's all these boss women out there that would have made great wives, but didn't.
And men are more likely to just take extreme measures to solve their depression.
Well, see, this is the idea of polygyny. Right? The younger women are going after the older men because the older men are making a lot of money. The older women are like, oh, look at that dude. I can go hook up with him and he's going to be able to take care of me. He's going to be able to pay all the bills. I'm going to be able to sit back on my ass and do whatever I want. And he's going to take care of me. He's going to be the traditional man, and that'll be good. So what if I go out on a date? He better make a bunch of money. He better be a certain height. He better open the door for me. You better pay. You sure as shit better pay the bill. And it's just going to be all about what I can get out of it, what he does for me. Because I want a traditional man. That's their responsibility. It's their duty as a man to open the door and to pay the bill. But they don't ever question as to why would he? You should have to be a traditional woman if you're going to want a traditional man. So if you want the man to open the door, if you want the man to pay the bill, if you want the man to treat you chivalrously, you better be virtuous. You better know how to fucking abstain from sex. You better fucking know how to be responsible for your actions and understand what that means and what those implications are. Because if you want to be a big modern boss babe, cool. But get ready to split the fucking bill every time. Because we're equal. I'll lift the toilet seat as soon as you put the toilet seat down when you're done. Or up when you're done.
There is a weird dynamic of difference that's occurring as of late in regards to men and women. Sort of like, oh, women are just as powerful as men. Like, no, you're not. Oh, men can do everything that women can. We can't. Just understanding that we're different, but we are required to be together.
It's hard to go back to traditional roles when you live in a modern society. When it was a traditional society, sure, everybody conforms.
Well,
but
what?
But the woman,
wasn't traditional society modern society at the time?
Yeah, at the time. Then women want a traditional man, but they're not traditional.
So if we just had traditional men and women now, it would be traditional men and women in the modern time.
Yes.
There's no reason why you couldn't have traditional men and women now, because you're just calling now the modern time.
Well, what I'm saying is people are picking and choosing. If you're going to be traditional all the way, not for certain things.
Well, as it has come up a few times in my later life, you know, you get up in the middle of the night and you go to the bathroom. And so the lid is up, and then you go back to bed, and then a couple hours later you feel your significant other get out of bed and go, and then you hear a nice little, she sits into the toilet bowl because for some reason she decided to sit without checking. Now, I get it. It's late. It's night. It's whatever. But at no point in my life have I ever just assumed the seat was there before I sat on a toilet. Never have I sat in a bowl. And not only has Shell done it, but her mother apparently has done it more than once. I've been told. It's like, who, how, what are you? Anyway, sorry. Walt ran over. Minnie ran over.
Right. Makes you wonder how. How
I
can
just
you
don't
do
get
that?
it, right. And it should be like, if I agree to pick it up, then if you need to go, you better check and make sure to put it down. But that ain't how it works.
I think men and women should have their own bathroom.
Well, you know, if you throwing money like that there, Andrew, send some my way. Shit.
Not that expensive.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
Well, then, I've only got one bathroom, and there's 3 people in this house. And you're
I could do it for $6,000.
Add on in addition to my house for a whole separate bathroom with plumbing and electrical and walls and floors
no,
and
it's not going to
everything.
be an addition. It's going to be like making part of your place smaller.
Oh, fuck that, man.
But I'll add it.
I have
I'll
a
add
second.
bathroom.
I have a second toilet. It's called a garden. I can go piss there.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, shovel and dirt.
Well, no. It's going to be, I have to be out camping or hunting before I'm going to squat in the hole. Sorry. But I'll go pee in the backyard every night.
Squatting on the hole and the snake bites my balls.
Yeah, I pee out more than I pee inside, for sure. Especially now that I'm working outside. Yeah. Usually I come out in the morning with the boys. And we all go mark something in the yard.
Oh, Zach, I saw what you said earlier, I don't know, 8 hours ago, roughly, about you working with some new kid and he couldn't spell ahead.
Yeah.
What?
Ahead. Couldn't spell flagger. Spelled it with 1 G. Smart kid, too. Smart. Just couldn't spell. He could read. You know, he read all kinds of books and all that kind of stuff. He just can't spell. He always had a machine that fixed it for him his whole life.
And how old is he? Approximately
20 years old.
20. Okay, that's about right.
You ever have people yell flag it at you as they drive by?
Flag it.
You know what?
Flag it?
No, not yet.
What is that?
Wasn't that a corn song?
It's like one of those gay dudes that just holds a flag and a sign and directs traffic.
Wait, that's
Okay, guys.
Please
gentlemen,
don't tell me you're. But
I have to love it. I have to love it, you guys. I'm out. But before I
Bye,
go, where the hell is Liz? I haven't seen her in
I don't
forever.
know. I don't know. We don't really know. I know she's coming back to America for the
Esoterica.
Yeah, my brain would not get to that name. I knew it was a cool name, but my brain wouldn't find it. Thank you.
Yeah, apparently for 1 month.
Yeah.
I got a feeling
That's all
that
I
she's
really
going to
know.
move here. I got a really strong feeling.
I do
Okay.
too. Actually, Andrew, I get that very strong feeling on that as well.
All right, guys. I'll see you Friday. Cheers.
All right, Cthulhu Doma, you have a good day.
Wait, did you just call him Zulu?
I called him Cthulhu Duma.
Oh. All right.
That's right. You weren't here last show.
Yeah. Normally I'm not. Well, so there's this show. I haven't seen it yet, but someone showed me a trailer to it, or at least like a little bit of a snippet. And my buddy Peter, he said, Andrew, this show reminds me exactly of you because of my sense of humor and how just like straightforward I can be in some cases. And it's called Peacemaker. Have you guys seen it?
Well, yeah.
Oh shit! Okay, I haven't
That's
seen it yet.
fucking great.
I've only seen the trailer.
Yeah, it came out last year, I believe.
It's 2022.
Well, there you go. It's been a while then.
Oh, James Gunn. All right, yeah. I'm downloading
Yeah.
all of this shit.
Yeah, enjoy, dude. It was really a fun ride the first time around, and I'm not I'm not disliking this season. It's just got a different vibe. But yeah,
Well,
it was really fun.
Yeah, it started in 2022, but it says, then dash, meaning they haven't canceled it yet.
Yeah, no, there's a new season that just kicked off. We watched episode 4, I think, last night. So they're in that releasing them once a week phase right now.
All right. Have you seen the new Naked Gun yet?
I still haven't seen that, no, because it isn't streaming for free. Yeah, I don't do the put locker stuff. It's too much risk and trouble on my computer. And
VPN.
yeah, well, again, it's just a lot of extra crap I don't want to deal with just to watch
share
a
my
show
VPN with you.
that I can see. Sure, if you got one handy.
Yep. You can share it with 4 people.
Cool.
4 different IPs.
You'll have to teach me how it works. I haven't had one since I had, what was that thing? Tunnel Bear?
There's a lot of them.
Nobody flashing back to Tunnel Bear when they first
VPN is just it just reroutes your IP address to a different location.
Oh yeah, I had one. Like I said, I had one. It worked for my phone and my computer. And when I used it on the phone, the bear would literally go down into a tunnel and pop up like in another country and shit. It was funny.
Just sounds like a very specific gay reference.
Yeah, well, no comment.
So anyways, I'm going to get off here pretty soon as well. But I did post the Give, Send, Go into the YouTube chat. A couple people gave me a hard time in regards to trying to help out Witsit with his travel expenses, moving and getting his car fixed. I don't know why some people hate Witsit so much, but it is what it is, I guess. But he's in a very, very tough spot right now. I started the GoFundMe. Sorry. Give, Send, Go. GoFundMe takes 10%. The Give, Send, Go takes 0%.
Oh, really? I didn't know that was out there. Cool. Good to know.
Yep. And it's a Christian-based version of GoFundMe. But, they ask for...
Did you drop the link here or in chat for us?
I'll drop it again. Yep.
All right.
There it is again.
Sorry, baby. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Yeah, it's right there in the YouTube chat.
Thank you, sir.
And yes, I started it. And I am not going to toot my own horn or anything right now, but yes, I already have given him quite a bit of money, and I'm not asking for anything in return, except for a thank you. And so far, I've had some private conversations with him, and that's about as far as I want to take it right now, because there's a lot more to the situation than what I'm saying at the moment.
Just don't do it live. I think that's the best course of action. As long as you don't do it live, I think you're fine. Like sometimes I can't even really go to sleep unless I toot my own horn.
Oh, well, I mean, but this coming Sunday on Tinfoil Sombrero is going to be the trifecta of the final bout between Alex Lowry and Chris Crum, and the girlfriends are going to be involved as well. And Walt, I have 5 of your questions in a row. I didn't use all of them. Sorry.
No, that's cool.
But I have 5 of your questions in a row. They're going to be used. And it's going to be a good solid 2 hours of music trivia. Some of it conspiratorial,
cool.
Some of it just general music.
Make sure whatever you do, you ask Crum a question about the fake Paul McCartney.
I did that on round 1. And yeah, they both know that one.
Ask them what song did fake Paul McCartney record in 432?
Oh, shit. Hold on. Wait a second. I don't... What the fuck? It's hard to type with one hand. So this is like a real thing, or is it conspiratorial? It's even better. So what song did Paul McCartney write in what?
Maybe instead, use Billy Shears. What Beatles song did Billy Shears write and record in 4/3/2?
Oh, gotcha. Okay, that's easier. All right, I'm gonna put my phone. It's such a pain in the ass.
Let us know.
I have to be on my phone. Okay. The Billy Shears.
What Beatles song did Billy Shears perform in 4/3/2?
BILL.
It's with an R.
He's the one and only Billy Shears.
Billy with an R, Andrew.
It's AHEAD.
TWOHEADS.
– 4:30. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club. That's the album, I think. With a little help from my friends. Is that right? Or Rocky Raccoon? I don't know, I'm just looking at
Off the White Album. That was Paul, though.
Paul is Dead Man. See, I didn't say anything about that. All I did is type in Billy Shears and then everything in the Beatles comes up. There's gotta be something to that.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to do some more digging on that one.
It was a setup, Andrew. There is no real answer to that.
Oh, fucking
silly Willy.
God damn it, Josh.
I just knew that if you were to ask Crumb that, I would get a big kick out of it.
Explode and we would laugh.
I do ask trick questions from time to time, but not a question that's going to put Andrew in a fucking psychosis for the next 45 minutes, like scouring every single internet page and using AI and shit.
Don't sit on that. Lay down. Lay down. Sweetie. Ooh, stop doing that. Come on. Sit down. Really, you have to. Sorry. You won't be still.
I have a feeling that it might actually happen. THC is going to get or descheduled. What
do you mean?
I think it's like a Schedule 3 now. So with like fentanyl and opium and all of the exotic drugs that have absolutely zero medicinal benefits, THC and marijuana is included there. But then they're talking about moving it up to a Schedule 1, which is like acetaminophen, I think, almost like some of those OTC stuff, or just taking it out of the DEA classification scheduling altogether. So it's just like a dandelion.
Well, is tobacco on there?
I don't believe so. Might be, because you got to have a tax stamp. Can't sell it. You can grow it, you can consume it, but you can't sell it without your tax stamp.
What about CBD? I don't know. I haven't looked at this in a while.
Again, that's state to state, but I don't believe that hemp is scheduled. It's completely separate now. I think before it was considered hemp and THC weren't considered different things. But it was like an agriculture bill that I think separated them and made hemp and the CBDs a little more lax in what you can do versus the psychoactive THC stuffs, or potentially psychoactive THC stuff.
That's interesting because the last time I took a chemistry course, I was in high school, 11th grade. What year was that? 1999, I think, something like that. And yeah, I was reading through the chemistry book, and it said, here are the most addictive chemicals that, in regards to narcotics. And they were saying that nicotine was number one. was like, oh, that's interesting. And then after that, I think they said it was crystal meth or methamphetamines. And then they went down the list, and then THC, I think, was like near the bottom of addictiveness. But I've heard a lot of people say that nicotine is actually not addictive whatsoever.
Who says that?
David Avocado Wolf
Says nicotine is not addictive at all. Or he's not addicted to the nicotine that he uses. He says, nope, nicotine's just not addictive. Sorry, gambling is just not addictive. No such thing as a gambling addict.
No, come on.
Well, I think that's what he's saying. You can't be addicted to nicotine because nicotine's not addictive. No, dumbass, nicotine's very addictive. You want to know how I know?
Well, I smoked for 20 years. I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. I cut cold turkey. I don't even like the smell of that shit anymore. My taste buds came back. My smell has enhanced. My health has increased. But here's what happened. In Vegas in 2023, I was hanging out with Jaron, and all of a sudden, he pulls out it was a cigarette. And I was like, Jaron, you said you quit smoking cigarettes like 5 years ago. He said, no, these are from David Wolf. And I was like, what's the difference? He's like, this is like purely organic, homegrown tobacco. And I was like, well, he said, you want to have one? I was like, nope, already quit. So this is back when I used to actually converse with Jaron. But either way, yeah, a lot of people have said that. I've talked to people that they'll do their own pre-rolls. They'll roll it up right there. And they're not doing it because it's addictive. They're doing it because it gets them a little bit high. And they just like the flavor and whatever else. It's the chemicals they put in. My cigarette choice when I was smoking was Camel Blues. What they were called Camel Lights. Super fucking powerful, addictive chemicals in that shit. There's like 100 different chemicals they put in that. But I have not had a single, not even a minuscule amount of desire to smoke a cigarette again ever since I quit. Anyways, that's just me for now. Hopefully I can inspire people that are smoking. Josh, you quit, right? Mostly?
Yeah. I use a pouch.
Oh, you're doing that thing. Okay. So, Josh, go to the VA.
Never
ask
been.
Them, okay, well.
I'm not even sure I'd qualify. I mean, maybe, but I don't know.
Well, doesn't hurt to try.
It might. I've heard horrible, horrible stories about the VA. But whatever.
No. Okay. You can go to the smoking cessation, sign up for some sort of health care, and they'll just give you free medication. Like the nicotine lozenges, patches, and also the gum. Free.
They definitely will give you free medication. My mother-in-law is currently going to the VA, and she gets free heroin every month. And she's on a current dose of 60 milligrams. The lethal dose of legal heroin is 200. So just, fun stuff.
Well, not heroin.
For those of you that don't know, it's called morphine for the normies, but what it actually is fucking heroin. Because I watch her nod out when she takes it, and I watch her sniff and be an irritable bitch when she don't get it.
Instant bliss. When I was in after surgery, I was given the option of I could get 2 Vicodin every 2 hours or a shot of morphine in the butt every 4. Give me the shot. Instant bliss. Like you feel that little prick, and then all of a sudden you don't feel anything. And everything is right. Everything's good. That's liquid heroin. the morphine. I get why people get addicted to it and hooked on it. It's amazing. I've never wanted to do it, off the streets. I know myself too well. But no,
There's
yeah.
a very, very big difference between street grade heroin and morphine or dilaudid or fentanyl, like medical grade stuff, where they actually have to inject it with a saline solution. They'll give that to you, and then they'll push more saline solution through it to make it activate faster. I was asking them, why are you doing it again? Like, oh yeah, we're pushing it through your vein faster. I was like, why the fuck are you doing it? It's like, whatever. That's when I got busted.
I had the one connected to my vein, and it was just hooked up to a little butt. But no, usually when they'd give me a shot, it was right in the butt. Just pull down my pants a little bit, and they'd put it right in my upper butt cheek. That's how I was given.
That's weird.
God.
So we're clear, you felt the little prick in your butt until you didn't feel little pricks anymore?
Oh, God. Josh went there.
Gosh.
And morphine doesn't do shit for me. Anything less than morphine doesn't do anything. Dilaudid, on the other hand, oh yeah, I become Super Mario at that time. Like no pain whatsoever. It's almost like on psilocybin. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I could play the entire Mario Brothers game in my head while on that shit. Like every single little part. I don't know how that shit works, but I've only had it when I was in the hospital. That was it.
Yeah, last time I took Dilaudid, I made him give me a anti-nausea with it because it's just going to make me want to puke everywhere. I don't handle those pain pills and shit like that very well.
Yeah, they will make you want to puke.
And I've heard those anti-nausea medicines give it a little boost too.
All right, guys, I'm out. Have a great day. Everyone in chat, have a great day. Cheers.
All right, Andrew, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out.
Cool, man.
Couldn't find my mute button at time. Be careful, Andrew. Have a good day, man.
Yes, we are working down to it. 20 minutes left. Well, 22 minutes left.
Right. So I've been trying to work this out. I've gone back and forth. There's a little mini mystery happening in chat. There's a person in chat whose name is Iron444. That is a wrenched person. So they've been with us a minute, but the name just doesn't click. And when I went to the channel, I kind of said, okay, it looks like a newer channel. But earlier in chat, that very same Iron444 called our good buddy Alan our line producer. So apparently he's been hanging out a while, or she, I'm just assuming. But did you have a channel previous that was a different name? Iron is what I've been trying to work out. Just let me know in chat. Then there was something else, man. I highlighted it. Let me go back and see if it's still highlighted in chat that I wanted to address. Damn it. Probably not. I mean, I remember the gist of it. I just don't remember the exacts of it. So if I get this inaccurate, please correct me. And I don't mean anything negative or disrespectful in any way about this. Hold on a second. Sorry, I just heard a weird noise and thought something was going on with the cast. Anyway, I saw Connie in chat mentioning that she wasn't really sure when she would find a person for her in her life because of her, current state of evolution, of ascension, of frequency vibration that has become part of her life now that she's, where she is. We all get and change and learn and grow. And so she's at a place now, from what I understood there in her comment, that she's not sure where she would find somebody out in the world who would be a compatible person. And I get that. What happened? Hello?
Hello?
I just got super echoes in my own voice in my own ear. That was crazy. I guess my handler finally woke up. Anyway, so just throwing out there a big hug your way and saying, I do get it. I'm lucky to have a person who's very enlightened, very aware, and has helped me through some of these changes I've gone through over the last 10 or 15 years. As she also went through them with me and dealt with them in her ways. And, now she's also showing people things and sending links. And so I've been very fortunate, I know, to have Michelle in my life. And so just, I get that feeling that you're getting. I do understand why you say that, because I've already just commented, compatible. She's already had too many of those. Right. But yeah, definitely, there's lots of community people that are out there that are also kind of in your shoes, that are looking for someone who's, got a sense of the world that makes some sense and not complete, utter freaking madness that most people live under. So don't give up. You're getting big smirks and hugs from me, lady. I love you so much, and I know it'll all get there for you. But definitely, just, we joke around about the flat earth dating apps and all that, but, there are a lot of meetups. There are a lot of times that we do all gather up. I'm sorry we didn't get to meet you and hug you when Josh and I came out to South Carolina. That would have been a big hug there. I've been looking forward to that hug for a long time, and it will happen. I know it will. But yeah, just sending out an extra big hug and an understanding more than anything else, because I often think of, like, wow, what kind of life would I be having right now trying to find someone who gets it, because my goodness, it seems like so many out there don't. And you don't actually need a person who's a mirror of yourself, they say opposites attract, that don't always work either. But, it'll happen like it's supposed to happen. How about that? Anyway, I didn't mean to single you out or make you feel anything other than love. So I hope that's how it came across.
Word.
Oh, there you go. Big Pine Sailing. You don't need somebody that shares your exact same worldview. You just need someone that respects you enough to respect yours, dude. I need that on a fucking t-shirt. That's fucking awesome. That's exactly what I was fumbling around trying to say.
And I think that's sort of an issue that I think that maybe a lot of truthers have. We are now so passionate about so many things that we find a partner that we want to be able to just have a checklist of, these are my opinions now, these are the truths that I've found, and I need to find someone who matches this checklist. That way we're not going to have conflicts over this sort of thing. And I think that's going to so severely limit your dating pool that you just need to, again, like Big Pine said, you need to open up your acceptance rather than close it off. You need to be able to find someone who's willing to accept you for those truths, regardless of how they feel about them. And you might have to do the same, accept that person for their truths, regardless of how you feel about them. So you might not end up with someone that matches that checklist of opinions quite as much as you'd hoped. But that's what you need, is that challenge, that grounding. You'd be surprised when things are done prayerfully, how it is that those prayers are answered.
Don't ask for patience. God will give you something to be patient about.
Unless you really want patience. Yeah, don't pray for patience.
Yeah, it's virtue. Just learn it as it comes.
I'm trying to figure it out in chat. It looks like Iron v. Iron said at one point, I was seeing it scroll by, that they've been hanging out with us since 2016. That's
Risen.
awesome. We appreciate that.
Remember the
Oh, is
channel
that who it is?
Risen? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to see. Is I see people saying things in reference to the revelation, but I never saw that part. That's what I was looking for. Well, good. Good to know you're still hanging. Oh, I missed you, Mr. DeWine. I didn't see you come in. My bad. Hello. And I see Dawn has made it. Oh, and Logan, I didn't see you pop in either. I've been kind of sidetracked with the cat here, trying to keep her off the what is the button that you scroll things bigger and smaller? Control Shift, one of those she keeps laying on, and suddenly my screen is like super big when I'm trying to scroll chat. So I've had to go back and forth with it. There we go. I do see Risen finally. Cool deal.
Dude, I love this job. There's no punch card, bullshit, time clock. My team lead just sent a text. Hey, man, I'm going to be about 15 minutes late. Just a heads up.
Cool.
And it's no big deal. Like, we can't start doing shit till like 9 o'clock anyway. How this is a thing. I mean, I get it. You got to meet up. You got to travel, this and that. But 2 hours to travel when it's like 10 minutes from the house?
Right. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I can't complain. I just can't complain about this at all.
Oh, I got to read this one out loud. Bill and Tano saying, Missy and I don't see eye to eye on everything, but I respect her right to be wrong when she disagrees with me. I love you, dude. And you too, Melissa. That's great.
Excuse me. Sun is coming around again. Everybody can breathe easy. We're going to have another day.
That's good to know. So real quick, I just saw a video, you know how off to the right underneath the chat box there, they'll show some other videos. And I noticed one pop up there, and I had already dropped a story about this very thing. The video was titled, Is Spotify Over? And the story I dropped last night is one about the fact that musicians are leaving Spotify because they're protesting the CEO's defense investments. Apparently, Spotify CEO Daniel X ties into a group called Helsing, an artificial intelligence defense company with a mission to attain technological leadership so that democratic societies are free to make sovereign decisions and control their ethical standards. It doesn't sound very Aryan or anything. So yeah, apparently this dude has invested more than $100 million into this German startup. Buddy, you can't stand on that. Come on, get down, get down. He's scrolling for me. I've lost the place I was. Damn it.
He's a player, Mr. Kitty. Player.
But anyway, yeah, it's a lengthy story going into some of this and how the fact that this actually started back in, oh, man, come on, Bender. I think I saw 2013 that someone removed their stuff. Tom York removed his stuff from Spotify back in 2013 because of low artist royalty payouts. Taylor Swift wrote an op-ed about music not being free and pulled her songs from Spotify. Neil Young and Joni Mitchell left Spotify in objection to the company's exclusive relationship with Joe Rogan. I get that. Anyway, long story short, I don't know. That's my go-to thing just because that's the one that Michelle has us on, or, I share her account kind of thing. But, if I start not being able to find musicians that I enjoy, artists that I enjoy because of this crap, I guess we'll be looking. Oh, look, that's the last, or not last, but next to last little bullet point is searching for alternatives. So what are alternatives? I know there's what's the one you use now, John? I can't remember the name of it anymore. I used to use it. Pandora? Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that even around? Is that still around?
It's still around. Ever since Justin got me that YouTube Pro or Red or whatever it is they call it these days. I've not really been listening to a lot of Pandora, but.
Right. I do listen to quite a few of my little playlists I have accumulated there on YouTube as well. Thank you so much, Justin. You rock. But that being said, for some reason, I always go to Spotify when I hit the gym. Just unconsciously, I guess, because that's what I always did when I started, was go to Spotify before I got the YouTube hookup. I do know there are times I go look up. Oh, go ahead, Zach.
No, go ahead. Go.
No, there was just a few bands I've looked up over the last couple of months that weren't there, and I'm wondering if this is part of it. I know one of them, it was just because they're such a rare early 90s, didn't quite make it, but had a great album band that weren't on there. And then suddenly about 2 months after I searched for them, just for shits and giggles, I searched again and they were there. It's a band called The Apex Theory. If you're not familiar, definitely go flashback to the early 90s. Great fucking band. Should have been way huge. Anyway, go ahead, Zach. What were you saying?
The state of Texas has passed a bill to not allow autonomous vehicles in Texas at all.
Nice.
Now, today, or yesterday, Senator Josh Hawley, isn't that your senator?
Yes, it is.
Josh? Says he wants to ban driverless cars all out and says he'll introduce a bill on it soon. Says it's not only that it's dangerous and they're having horrible results, but it is terrible for working people. There's a lot of people who drive for a living, whether it be transporting goods or transporting people or whatnot. That's their livelihood. So, yeah, I like that on both fronts, really. It's so dangerous, though. The results that they're getting are so bad. Like, they're not ready. They're definitely not ready yet for anything like this. The world is, in a parking lot with cones and this and that. I'm sure they do great and barely hit any of the cones. But in the real world, you're dealing with lives, not cones. These are people out there. And no, they're not ready.
Yeah, if you're picking your kid up from school, you don't want to say, well, I barely ran over any kids.
Yeah, I just barely hit him. Just a little bit. No. Nope, they tried to push it too fast, tried to do too much too quick. And the whole trying to reinvent the human eye to work the way our eye does. Good luck with that. I know our eyes are limited and we don't see, the whole spectrum or even a tenth of the spectrum. But the ability to see and react and all that kind of stuff is an amazing gift. Our bodies are amazing. These abilities are amazing, even though you don't realize it. Take a camera out and go focus that thing in on something and see how long it takes to focus. And then see how long it takes your eye to focus on something. It happens in milliseconds and it does it automatically. We don't even have to think about it. It just does it. Yeah, we're not going to recreate the human brain. to be able to work as efficiently as the humans. It's just not going to happen. At least not anytime soon, I don't think. Yeah, the automation changed the world. When it works, it's great. We have all these engineers out there trying to reinvent the wheel to make the wheel better, a better shape. It's like, stop. I know you need a job. I know you have to get something done in order to get paid, but this works. Quit fucking with it. You're not going to find a better shape than a circle for the wheel. I'm sorry. I'm sure people have tried. You go through some tight triangle shapes, vehicle's not going to run nearly as smooth. Just not going to. Stop. Okay, rant over.
It's all good. Real quick, yeah, David, Audio Galaxy, it was amazing. They had this amazing algorithm, whatever, that would suggest bands to you based on what you're downloading. And sometimes it would be like completely nothing like you would think it would be, but you would wind up, that would be one of your new favorite bands. Like their suggested stuff got me into so many early 90s bands that I never would have heard of otherwise. And a lot of those wound up being one album and gone, demo and gone, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, they were one of the last holdouts like of it all before freaking Lars Ulrich fucked it up for everybody. Of course, I say that as I'm trying to debate on spending $3,000 to go see a concert that I want to go see, you know. And I think, oh, enjoy that free music, everybody.
Yeah, I ain't been to a concert in a minute.
Well, this is kind of that bucket list thing. It's Alter Bridge. I'm finally healthy enough again to actually make a 5 or 6 hour drive to go see them. I want to go to the guitar clinic with Mark Tremonti again, bucket list. I mean, I've seen Alter Bridge once when they first came out for their One Day Remains album. I saw them before Miles was even technically playing guitar for the band. In fact, that was one of the highlights of the show was Mark going, hey, guess what? This dude singing plays guitar better than I do. And he goes and grabs his guitar and everybody in the audience just starts calling out songs and he just starts fucking playing them no matter what it is. So anyway, but now the tickets are ridiculous, and not just the tickets are ridiculous. You got to worry about like the way they've got all these bizarre pre-sale this, and you got to have codes to get into that. Oh, these are special seats and you can only buy 4 at a time. And it's like, I remember walking into the fucking Macy's customer service department, grabbing my ticket, walking out. Of course, that was when I was a lot younger and healthier and could stand in the general admission area for 3 hours. But yeah, it's nuts these days trying to figure out concerts. Nuts.
I was talking to the guys about the last movie I saw at theaters. The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. Or no, Return of the King. The last. I didn't go see The Hobbit.
No, I didn't see any of those. But I think I went and saw The Return of the King. No, I saw Two Towers at least 4 times, 5 times. Like that fight at the beginning with the Balrog and
awesome.
The Grey going down that. Yeah, fucking, there was nothing like it.
I read all 4 books and went and saw The Hobbit when it came out. Then I read all 4 books and watched Return of the King when it came out. Well, read all 4 books and watched Two Towers when it came out.
All right.
It was just that whole thing was a pretty big deal for me personally.
Yeah.
But I read that series like so many times as a kid.
Yep. Yeah, I was so pumped up. And I was like, excited when the extended versions came out, and then I saw how long they were, and I went, oh, well, I'll never spend 8 years watching all this. That being said, I did watch the extended version of The Fellowship not maybe a week and a half ago. And I started in. I watched the fight on Two Towers, and then I was like, man, I can't do this. I can't sit through another one of these. Not right now. I'll take a break.
I wanted to leave
back.
like an hour from the end. My butt was hurting so bad.
Right.
All right. We love you guys. That's it. That's the show.
Love y'all.
Oh, wow. Yeah, thank y'all. Love y'all. Sorry, we're yapping.
We will see you back here on Friday morning for more of the Ironworks. You have a great rest of your day. Happy Hump Day. Till then, be good, be well, do good, do it well. We love you. Bye-bye.